there's a lot more to the story. We could do this again, man. But I'm happy that you're here.
Thank you,
Very
man.
nice to meet you.
I
I hope
appreciate
you
you,
rock
man.
this fucking stage.
I'm
I'm
gonna do my
proud.
best,
Yeah.
man. Warm them up for you. I'm gonna do my best. We here, man. Houston War Tour. We live. I gotta go on stage though, man. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here.
Let's go.
God brought me here, you heard? We
What's
out.
up?
Black Republican, cause I won't succumb to them. Refuse to be a puppet, I broke the woke covenant. Lack the love, they want the government to mother them. They lock us up so they no fathers, they the humble sons. I was raised in that place where the hope was thin, where they package trauma tight just to cope through it. See, they sell you victimhood, that's how they coach you in. But Jesus sacrificed the goat for you to cope through sin.
Welcome back to another episode of Goat-Worthy Reactions, where we mainly like to focus on the goats on this channel. Today we're dealing with that big old Billy Goat, literally the goat of independent rappers on the internet, dog. Like, there's nobody bigger than Tom. Tom is the biggest. Everybody knows that. Everybody acknowledges it. There's a few people out there claiming to be independent who claim to be bigger than Tom, but the truth is they're not really independent. I've looked into it. I've done the research. Take my word for it. Trust me. That's my source. Trust me, bro. I hope he's rapping on here, though. I'm mad I just said that. Damn, I'm mad I just said that, because if you don't rap, I'm gonna be mad.
America is fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets, we don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has fallen, their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender someone there, you're getting fined or locked up.
That's
Trudeau
a fact.
censored the internet, then they banned half the guns. The trucker convoy was the last breath of freedom in their lungs. And the UK has fallen, getting woker every day.
Talk about it.
Illegal immigrants throwing acid into faces. Protests and riots, COVID record inflation. The people lost their freedom. Great Britain lost its greatness. Across the globe, every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's
I can't
infected
wait for the
everything
hook.
and
I can't wait
everybody
for the
that
hook.
we know, so just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets. I promise that you're not
The
alone.
hook is
Go ahead,
coming.
say
I can
with your
feel it.
chest way down deep in your soul.
I can't pause it.
Screw everything woke. Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground.
What? I can't pause it. I can't pause it.
Fight us. You and me, we can burn this world down.
Hold on. Dang, bro. I usually don't let it rock that long, but the spirit was in me. You feel me? Tom, stop playing with the Holy Spirit. Come over, dog. Come over to the other side, bro. We need you, bro. We need soldiers like you, bro. And I know you riding with us. I know you on our side with it. You feel me? But it's on your time. It's on your time. Let me stop talking. You know, I don't want this live to turn into a religious talk. But yo, real quick. Run that thing way back.
To women, our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking.
I'm still not over that, bro. I'm still not over the whole Epstein thing. I'm not over it, bro. I'm not over it. Trump is doing some great things right now, but I'm not over that right now, dog. Lazy Turtle! Lazy Turtle, I love you, my dog. Run it back.
America has fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets, we don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has fallen, their dollar.
I'm trying, bro. I'm sorry, y'all. But it's like, bro, I just watched Stevie Knight react to a freaking piece, right, by John Kennedy, reading off the stuff that these Democrats want on the bill, and that's why there's a government shutdown. I have a government job right now. I am not getting paid right now. So thank all of you who've been donating today. I'm not getting paid right now. I have a government job. I do. I have a government job, and guess what? I'm not getting paid. There's a government shutdown. You know what these freaking Dems wanted in the freaking bill? Bro, all types of money. 4.2 million for gays and lesbians in Uganda. What? Yo, 6 million towards a trans parade in India. Like, what is happening right now? This is the people y'all be aligning with. That's why when people say, yo, you turning real Republican, you getting real right wing. No, I'm just moving further and further away from them loony bins over there. That's all. I'm centered with Christ, bro. Don't put me with no party. Don't do that. But what I'm saying is, I understand. I didn't understand Tom's direction before. I used to come at him, ask the Hawk fam. I used to be like, yo, he sounded like he's going, welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. That's my favorite Tom right there, right? That's my favorite Tom. And The Machine. Those are my two favorite Tom. But when he started transitioning towards the right, I'm like, dang, he's getting real right wing with it. I didn't like that per se, you feel me? And I also didn't understand it until it started happening to me. I was like, nah, man, I'm middle ground, I'm this and that. And it's true, I am centered with Christ. Don't get it twisted. But because I'm trying to move further away from these loony bins over there, it gets to a point where like, yo, there's no gray line, bro. It's not gray. It's pretty freaking clear cut. It's clear cut. These guys are freaking crazy. Look at them. They're taking our tax. I'm ranting. My bad. I'm ranting. I thought I was just live today. I forgot I was doing a reaction. My bad. Run that back.
America is falling, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children.
I'm not over
it! In the
it!
streets, we don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has fallen, their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender someone there, you're getting fined or
That's
locked
a
up.
fact.
Trudeau censored the internet, then they banned half the guns. The trucker convoy was the last breath of freedom in their lungs. And the UK has fallen, getting woker every day. It's illegal immigrants throwing acid into faces.
That's crazy.
Protests and riots, COVID record inflation. The people lost their freedom. Great Britain
lost
its
their
greatness.
Oh!
Europe, across the globe, every country, every city, every neighborhood and home.
Bro, they killed over 100,000 Christians in Nigeria right now. Muslim extremists killed over 100,000 Christians. Our people, America, the Christian country. They killed over 100,000 Christians in Nigeria. They burnt over 22,000 Christian churches in Nigeria. The Muslims did that. Why aren't we over there though? This is the stuff that be pissing me off about politics. That's why I tell people, vote for policies, not politicians. Do not befriend these people. Vote for their policies. Be like, yo, why you vote for Trump? I like his policies, bro. And this bill that's going on right now that they can't sign off, it's proof. They dumping over $20 million into trans, gay, all this other stuff in other countries. Damn, not even in our country. Like, it ain't even for the parade in New York. It ain't, but y'all don't got no money for the vets, the homeless. You ain't got no money for, people in the projects. Like, I don't believe in reparations, but what I do believe in, all you freaking fools crying about reparations, we need reparations, how much reparations do you want? What do you want? You want $5,000? Is that gonna shut you up? If we give every black person $5,000 in this country, are they gonna shut up or are they gonna say it's not enough? Like, what's gonna make you happy? You want reparations in the form of money? Really? These are the type of reparations I believe in. I do believe in reparations in this sense, right? And I do believe in reparations for my people in this sense. All this money they dump into these freaking freak boy parades that they be doing is money laundering. First of all, just like Stephen Knight said, it is money laundering. They're hiding it in money laundering. But anyways, outside of that, the type of reparations I believe in, dog, is going back to the projects and all that money they're dumping in those freaking gay parades. Yo, bring that to the projects and rebuild the projects, rebuild the streets, get them new school buses, make sure they got computers just like everybody else. Dump the money in there. Clearly we got the money because we're doing it, we're spending everywhere else. Dump the money in there. That's the type of reparations I believe in. That way we all got the same type of resources and nobody can complain. And you know what? If you do it then, they'll just figure something else out. They'll figure out something else to complain about. So, I don't know. People be pissing me off. I'm doing a reaction. I forgot. My fault. Run it back. I don't care!
America's fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets. We don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has fallen, their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender someone there, you're getting fined or locked up. Trudeau censored the internet, then they banned half the guns. The trucker convoy was the last breath of freedom in their lungs. And the UK has fallen, getting woker every day.
UK is
illegal
crazy.
Immigrants throwing acid into faces.
Yeah, right.
Protests and riots, COVID record inflation. The people lost their freedom. Great Britain lost its greatness.
That's a
America to
bar.
Europe, across the globe, every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know. So just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it. Screw everything woke.
Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground.
Chill, hold on. I got my DJ set back in. Hold on, say that again. Screw everything broke. Stop playing. Let me grab this mic. Run that back. You messed up, bro.
Woke.
Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything. Rise up, can't let them divide us.
love the hook.
America is fallen, woke became a disease.
Yo, where this fool get this car? Yo, when he did the freaking the Eminem what was it? Dear Slim, and he had the freaking replica of the vehicle that Stan had in that video. I was like, where did this fool get this car? How is this water doing the production, dog? As an independent artist, bro. As an independent, let's be real quick. I just watched the Adam video, Kingdom, right? Brian, help me out. It was Kingdom. The video was so high quality. It's like, dog, I'm inspired by them, bro. I'm inspired. That video y'all saw in the beginning, that was my video, but like, and I'm trying to do my best. You know what I'm saying? I shot that whole video with my boy from work, right? And we're inexperienced in this, so we did the best we could. But just watching them independently, shout out to Nova Rockefeller, bro. Hold on. Shout out to Nova Rockefeller. I gotta spin the globe for that one. She's a beast at this video game. And I'm just like, where you get this cop car? Yo, Tom is, I feel like he's filthy rich. He gotta be, bro. This is high quality videos. But this is like $1 million budget videos, though. And where is this place? Where is it?
You and me, we can burn this world down.
America is fallen, woke became a disease. They've made trillions off of mandatory lethal vaccines. The anthem plays and half the country is still taking a knee. Blacks and whites fighting over whose life matters the least. And Canada has fallen, people can't afford to pay for food. The media's all liberal, it's nothing but the fake news. There's oil in the ground and pipelines they refuse to use. You're only heard if you're indigenous or LGBTQ. Australia has fallen, Ireland been up in flames. People rioting and dying divided.
The bill!
Change. And from Canada to Finland, Denmark back to USA, it's a woke world. That's what we're standing up against. America to Europe, across the globe.
No. Ooh, this song is long. You know, Tom be like, he be at 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and he's out of here. I be getting mad as hell when he do that. Bro, stretch the videos to at least 3.5. I grew up in the 90s to early 2000s where, dog, songs were like 5 minutes long, and we were okay with it. These little microwave, coked up fentanyl rappers had messed up the game. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't last in the studio too long. You feel me? So they in and they out. They got us all doing quick songs. Like we need to get back to the essence of hip hop where you had a message. You feel me? You had to sit there and listen to it. You had to completely digest it, and then you had to play it back again to catch some things you didn't catch the first time. You feel me? So that's what we're gonna do today. But what I'm saying is, Tom, I like this length, 3:35. I like that. That's good for me. That's good for me. I'm okay with that. But yo, you heard what he said though, right? You heard what he said.
Dying divided, fighting for used to use. You're only heard if you're indigenous. His fallen people.
If you're indigenous or LGBTQ, and that's what I'm saying. It's in the bill, bro. Over $20 million, and all of it was surrounding gay, trans, and all this. Bro, the whole bill. And the Democrats said, if you don't include it, because the Republicans took it out. If you don't include it, we're not signing the bill. So you're gonna shut down the whole government because we won't fold to your little freaking freak show parties that y'all trying to do? Are you for real? You're going to so you putting them before Americans then. That's what I'm telling you. It's not a matter of whether who's racist or not. Let's say they're all racist. Let's just say everybody's racist. I wish I can get a Democrat on, right now on the panel right now just to go off on them. Let's say they're all racist. Republicans and Democrats. Let's say they're all the politicians are racist. Let's just agree to that, right? Let's just say they are, right? Guess what? You still got to vote. Whose policies do you like? Policies over politicians. That's how I vote. That's why Tom said in the machine, I took the red pill because they was the ones fighting for my freedom. I get it now. I get it. Are the Democrats fighting for your freedom? They ain't fighting for my freedom or anybody with this type of melanin in their skin. They're not doing that. I can't think of one. What policy do they got out there that fights for my freedom? DEI? That's bullcrap. Affirmative action? That's a scam. That's a scam. It's a scam. It's literally a scam, and it's actually racist. It's hella racist, actually. I said that to one of my brothers the other day, and they didn't like it. They ain't like, you know what I said? I don't care.
Is still taking a knee. Blacks and whites fighting over whose life matters the least. And Canada has fallen, people can't afford to pay for food. The media's all liberal, it's nothing but the fake news. There's oil in the ground and pipelines they refuse to use. You're only heard if you're indigenous or LGBTQ. Australia has fallen, Ireland been up in flames. People rioting and dying divided, fighting for change. And from Canada to Finland, Denmark back to USA, it's a woke world. That's what we're standing up against.
Bro, he just mentioned Australia. Bro, there's so much wild stuff happening in Australia. Shout out to my sister Crow from Australia. There's some wild it's good. And there's the right and left are loony in Australia. Y'all think it's bad over here, bro? Australia is bugging the hell out right now. They got dudes marching the streets by the thousands, dressed in all black, talking about get everybody out of here. This is a white man's country. They're on some Nazi stuff. They're calling themselves a branch of the Nazis. Real talk. They out there just out there. And the cops, you know what the cops are doing? Protecting them. Police are out there. It's like they're doing a parade. They're in the middle of the street, shutting down traffic. Can you imagine that happen out here? Yeah, right, boy. Are you kidding me? The funny thing, if that happened out here, you know what the funny thing would be? It'd be white people to take them out. If they was marching in these streets, the majority would be white people. Said white patriots coming like, get that fuck out of here. Like, I'm telling you, dog. How you think slavery ended in the first place? How you think Jim Crow ended in the first place? What you think? You ended that? You think you and your peoples ended that? How? Your peoples were slaves. So how could they have ended anything? How could they have changed anything in policy? There was I said this already, but there was some evil white men and there was some good white men. Good white men said, enough of that. We ain't doing that over here. Evil white men said, yo, what's up? That's not fair, yo. We want slaves. Yo, we want to be able to build. You know what I'm saying? You know the history. Anybody care about Alexander Hamilton? Anybody care about George Washington? Anybody care about those stories? Nah? Anybody educated on that? You should, because that was a good. Actually, Alexander Hamilton is a good representation of what happened during that time. I'm not saying he was all great, but what I'm saying is that was a good representation of how the tide turned. But nobody want to read. Nobody, it's all boring. They don't believe the history. Everybody's racist. What's the point of reading it? Yeah, I get it. But you do want to complain about it, though. Well, if you're not going to read the history and learn the history, then don't complain and cry about the present. If you don't care that much about the past, you don't even want to read into it. Sheesh.
America to Europe, across the globe, every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know, so just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it. Screw everything woke.
Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything woke. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this.
Can't let them divide us.
The whole world's falling to the globalist elite. They want one God, one leader, one currency. It's
New
the
world
cigarettes,
order.
the vaccines, the food that you eat. Either way, the deep state wants you 6 feet deep. Fill your headphones with music, reinforcing their beliefs, and replace your own thoughts with the lie.
How is Dr. Fauci not locked up right now? I'm confused. How is he not locked up right now? This is why I question all politicians, bro. Telling y'all, don't like them. I just say vote for their policies, man. That's all I say. Because whether they hate, whether they're all racist, whether they're all pedos, whatever the case may be, they're the ones putting policies in place. So just vote for the policies. Why? So you can, so you don't have to be wrong at night. So that you can go to sleep at night and rest well, knowing that you voted for the right thing, not the wrong person. You don't want to feel, oh, he fooled me. But if the policy that's in place is in alignment with who you are as an American and it helps you and your neighbor, you will never regret that decision. You'll never have to regret that decision. But if you put your stake into a certain politician and then they let you down, you're going to say, I regret making that decision. And then it's going to jade you. It's going to jade you forever. But when you vote for the words and not the people, we can at least depend on it. And if they don't come through with the words, we can hold them accountable and we won't put them in that seat again. At the end of the day, you got to get saved, though. Only Christ can save you. The only true freedom is Christ. The path, the way, the only way. Sorry, boldly, I got to tell you, Jesus Christ is the way. You want freedom? Go to Jesus.
World's falling to the globalist elite. They want one God, one leader, one currency. It's the cigarettes, the vaccines, the food that you eat. Either way, the deep state wants you 6 feet deep. Fill your headphones with music, reinforcing their beliefs, and replace your own thoughts with the lies on TV. It's a woke world, and we won't survive if we're asleep. So wake up before you rest in peace.
Rise up, I can see your fire.
Damn, I ain't catch that. Wake up before you rest in peace. Yeah, man. You know, and I try to tell my brothers, man. I try to tell my brothers and sisters, bro, catch up, bro. Because I'm telling you, I see it every day though. It's a beautiful feeling. Every time I see another black person wake up from that, and getting off that Democratic plantation. Every time I see it happen, it makes me happy as hell. And I see it when it happens. I'm just like, for the ones who are not getting with the program, it's like, bro, if you don't get off that plantation, dog, it's gonna be too late, bro. It's gonna be too late. You're gonna be too far gone. Don't fall behind, bro. Don't fall behind. Don't fall behind. Get educated and be aware. Don't be woke. He said, screw everything woke.
We won't survive
Video's fire.
if we're asleep, so wake up before you rest in peace.
Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything. Rise up, can't let them hide us.
It's the consistency for me, bro.
We can burn this world down. Burn everything.
2 out. We gotta run that. We gotta run that thing way back. I'm not even gonna pause it this time, though. Yo, it's the consistency for me, dog. It's the like people always talking about time. Yo, he's always rapping about the same thing, bro. The man is consistent, and you know what happens? He raps about the same topic, but at times he moves his chest piece. He moves his position. He shifts his feet just a little bit. You feel me? Because you heard him. I heard him on an old song back like 11 years ago, something like that, where he said, we live in a country that voted for Donald Trump. That was a shot at Trump. That was letting you know Buddy was on some liberal stuff back in the day. You feel me? But I do believe back then was not, 11 years ago, was not as bad as it is right now. Democrats are going nuts these days. So that's a stance. Listen, I did my education on Trump, dog. I'm on Trump. What am I saying? On time. Like, he had a certain stance at first, and he shifted. He came out with the system. He was clapping at everybody. The machine, same wings help the same bird fly. But right now, the bird like this. Ah! You feel me? You know why? Because the lefties are like... Ain't that many feathers on that left wing. They ain't too bright over there, dog. That's why we trying to hold the bird up on our own. You feel me? We trying to hold it. I'm in the middle though. I'm just a big call. I'm just a beak. You feel me? That's not an eagle. That's a crow. That's wild. Hope nobody's screen recording. But yo, I'm gonna run this one back. I just want to give a shout out to Tom for the consistency, dog. Yes, he's talking about the same thing, but he switches his position. Everybody has a right to change their mind. Why are you trying to hold somebody down to something they said 11 years ago, 5 years ago? Yesterday. I changed my mind. Today I woke up with a different opinion, bro. I was educated. I watched something that changed my mind. And maybe tomorrow I'll change my position again. I have that right to change my position, dog. I have that right. I was once not a Christian. I was once not a believer of God. I was once just thought I was of the world, but really of the world I was playing the devilish games. Because once you turn away from God, you're with the devil. He runs this little playground that we be on over here, dog. But it's all good because he made the almighty sacrifice already. He gave you the gift, and at this point, you can no longer buy your way into heaven. There is nothing you can do that can get you into heaven. So if that's what you're trying to do, he knows your hearts, he knows your fruits, you're out of here. You're not getting into heaven. But what I can tell you is, it's not what you do, but it's the intention behind your actions. He wants your heart, bro. He wants your heart. You know what the devil wants? The devil wants your flesh. He wants you to kill. He wants you to grape. He wants you to murder. He wants you to do anything that's opposite of God. But sometimes, though, don't get it twisted. Sometimes the devil will use the truth to twist it, to spin it for his ultimate lie. He will use the truth, and that's how he deceits you. And that's why so many people who look like me are rocking on that side. Why? Because they're saying things that they feel like, they've heard growing up. They're giving you all the Martin Luther King speeches. But why didn't I talk about my boy Fred Hampton, the real man, the real black leader? Why didn't I talk about Thomas Sowell, one of the most educated men who's ever walked this freaking planet, black or white? Thomas Sowell is so freaking hailed and praised that he's hailed and praised by everybody, all races. Everybody know Tom Sowell be on that stuff. Tom Sowell, Malcolm X. Why you think they villainized Malcolm X? Why? Because Malcolm X was like, boy, you ain't taking away my gun. You ain't taking away my guns. I have a right. How they gonna have guns and we don't have guns? Y'all waiting for martial law to pop over. That's what y'all doing. But nobody want. Everybody loves. Oh no, don't get it twisted. They love Malcolm X. The black community love Malcolm X. But the Democrats really love Martin Luther King because he was on that sweet stuff. And don't get me started on Martin Luther King, bro. I was saying this months ago before Charlie went viral for it. And, everybody's now starting to see what's going on. But I was talking about this months ago, debating with my friends who thought I was nuts for saying Martin Luther King wasn't all that. He wasn't all that. Fred Hampton went through Fred Hampton was 22, half the age of Martin Luther King. Y'all read up on Fred, he was a Black Panther leader. He was half the age of Martin Luther King, 22 years old. He got Klans members to give up their robes. Not only that, he got them to unite. He went into a Klan's church, dog. He walked right up in their church and said, "We need to unite. Y'all poor whites, we poor blacks. It's a fight of class. They trying to make it race, but it's not that." He was able to convince a Grand Wizard. Buddy was wearing a red hood. He convinced a Grand Wizard to have their little Klan members, about 15 of them, to pull up to the church in the middle of the city. Yeah. And then you know who else was there? Latin King gang members, Hispanic, Latino gang members. You know who else was there? Bloods and Crips. Back then it was actually just the Crips, but it was just street gangs, black street gangs, right? He had them pull up. He had the Black Panthers up in there. Bro, he had them all under one church chanting in unison. Boy, they killed him 2 days later. They ran up in I ain't gonna say who killed him. Y'all know who killed him. They went up in his crib the next day, murdered him. Killed his whole family. Everybody sprayed the whole house up. They were scared that that black man was able to unify that many people. How he unified KKK members, bro, and blacks, KKK, bro, quote me, KKK and Black Panther, Latin gangs, black street gangs were all under one freaking roof, chanting together against who? The powers that be. Stop playing with me, bro. They killed that man. They killed that man. They killed that man. ASAP, 22 years old. Read about Fred Hampton. I'm just saying. Yo, Malcolm X said the biggest enemy to the black man is who? The white liberal. That is our biggest enemy. He is the snake that will roll up on you. He will, like the serpent, befriend you and deceive you. I'm on a tangent, but I'm going to run this song back and I ain't going to pause it. I lied. I might pause it. I don't know. I don't care, though.
America's fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children.
I'm not over it.
In the streets, we don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech
Don't
has
burn
been
my flag.
restricted. And Canada has fallen, their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender someone there, you're getting fined or locked up. Trudeau censored the internet, then they banned half the guns. The trucker convoy was the last breath of freedom in their lungs. And the UK has fallen, getting woker every day. It's illegal immigrants.
UK, y'all need help right now. Y'all got the Muslims taking over. Wild. Not in America, buddy.
So just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs. Don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets. I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it. Screw everything woke.
Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this world down.
America has fallen, woke became a disease. They've made trillions off of mandatory lethal vaccines. The anthem plays and half the country is still taking a knee. Blacks and whites fighting over whose life matters the least.
And even when people say he's being divisive, there's actually a unifying, I'm not gonna say undertone, but there's a unifying tone to most of his songs. Even if you want to call it divisive, there's literally a unifying tone consistently in his speech. So it's like people get mad when you stand on your ground on something firmly. They'd rather you do it, softly and slowly and carefully and cautiously. Like, they want you to stand on your ground. Oh, you Republican? They want you to say it in a way where, before you say you're Republican, like, listen, I love the Dems, and I have buddies on the other side, and I got a cousin. You know, my sister's cousin is married to a brother who's actually related to a Dem. So yeah, they want you to say it like that before you can be like, yo, I'm this. But listen, I don't hate you for it, but I'm this. They don't like that. When you're aggressive, when you're bold, they don't like when you're bold in your faith. You know what I'm saying? They don't like when you're bold in your faith. They don't like when you're bold in anything that's opposing to their views. That's the problem. That's how I know you soft. You soft because you mad about me being bold in my faith. You soft as hell. What you standing on? What are you standing on anyways? You ain't standing on nothing. You ain't got no beliefs. You ain't got no real political views.
And Canada has fallen. People can't afford to pay for food. The media's all liberal. It's nothing but the fake news. There's oil in the ground and pipelines they refuse to use. You're only heard if you're indigenous or LGBTQ. Australia has fallen. Ireland been up in flames. People rioting and dying divided. united fighting for change. And from Canada to Finland, Denmark back to USA, it's a woke world. That's what we're standing up against. America to Europe, across the globe. Every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know. So just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it.
Say it.
Screw everything woke.
Rise up, I can see a fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything woke. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this woke world down. Burn everything woke.
The whole world's falling to the globalist elite. They want one God, one leader, one currency. It's the cigarettes, the
we can't
vaccines,
have
the
that.
food that you eat. Either way, the deep state wants you 6 feet deep. Fill your headphones with music, reinforcing their beliefs, and replace your own thoughts with the lies on TV. It's a woke world, and we won't survive if we're asleep. So wake up before you rest in peace.
Rise up,
Lord.
I can see a fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything woke. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this woke world down. Burn everything woke.
Bro, 2 albums? We gonna go live with that one. We gonna be busy. We gonna be busy with that one. Dog, shout out to Tom MacDonald, man. Just stop asking me why I react to Tom, bro. Stop asking me that, dog. Stop asking me that. Just tell your people to drop some music and make sure it's fire, all right? Because if it's not, you may not see me react to it.
Refuse to be a puppet, I broke the woke covenant. Lack the love, they want the government to mother them. Then lock us up so they no fathers, they the humble sons. I was raised in that place where the hope was thin, where they package trauma tight just to cope through it. See, they sell you victimhood, that's how they coach you in. But Jesus sacrificed the goat for you to cope through sin.